This video is brought to you by CoolStuffInc.com, where you can find cool stuff in stock.
Hello, and welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB. Today in the arena, we are playing NIKO BRAWL. Yep. I'm getting my blue-white control on in the Brawl format where they hate it the most. Sucking all the fun up just for myself. And with my commander is the new blue-white planeswalker from the recent set called NIKO ARIS, which has a number of abilities. The +1 works with a few different creatures in the deck to let you play them again and again to generate value, and we'll cover that in a minute because it returns them to the owner's hand after making them unblockable. The -1 deals 2 damage to a tapped creature, and it deals more damage for each card you draw. That's pretty interesting too, because since NIKO is your commander, NIKO is revealed from the very beginning of the game, which means that the opponent knows anything they attack with, you might play NIKO and then kill that tapped creature. And then the -1 creates a shard token. But the real deal is that when NIKO enters the battlefield, create X shard tokens. So as the game gets longer and longer, we create more and more shards, doing a Sphinx's Revelation type of impression to just get us a ton of cards that lets us draw deeper and deeper into the deck, get the right cards we need, and eventually win the opponent just by running them out of stuff to do while powering up what we have to do. So it's a deck that is ready to go into the long game. And if the opponent plays some of those powerful mid-range commanders such as Azika, then this deck is ready to go. It can keep up with that deck, and it's one of the reasons I play this deck. So I've divided my cards into piles. Over here we have the ramp pile. Solemn Simulacrum, Midnight Clock, and Arcane Signet. Really light on ramp in this particular deck because there just isn't much in blue and white. So we run a few good ones, but we also want to be holding up counter spells very early in the game. So you can't run too many cards like Spinning Wheel and Skyclave Relic. I suppose you could, but it does make the curve very clunky and you need to be interacting. It's very unlikely that you can just tap out to play things that generate more mana on too many turns of the game. So in the win condition spot, we have Ugin the Spirit Dragon, we have Amiria's Call, we have Dream Trawler, we have Shark Typhoon, and we have Yorion. Most of these are honestly just value plays. As you see, almost all of these just draw cards, or Amiria's Call is often a land. Ugin is often more of a board wipe. The real way that we end up winning the game typically is by just terminally boring our opponent to death. So keep that in mind. In the land category, we have 7 of each basic and a number of utility lands like the castles for each color. We also have Faceless Haven because we have snow mana, because we're also running a snow card, Graven Lore, somewhere in the deck, including a Glacial Floodplain. Gates of Istfell is pretty good. Just a lot of blue-white stuff that has a few little benefits. In the card advantage section, we have Gadwick the Wizened, who, like NIKO, can just restock your hand, kaboom. Seagate Restoration ends up getting cast as a card draw spell pretty often. With our hand full of cards from the shards that we generate or Gadwick, it's often just awesome to have no maximum hand size and just have all the answers we could possibly need. Graven Lore draws a bunch of cards with the snow mana. It scries. It's a sweet card. It's worth it. Behold the Multiverse and Maze Mind Tome and Omen of the Sea just give us a little deeper, and they combine a little bit with Yorion. Counter spells. Don't let Azika take over the game. Disdainful Stroke, Essence Scatter, Negate, Mystical Dispute. Salundi Vision belongs somewhere else in the card draw section. Sorry. Neutralize. Saw it coming. Voracious Great Shark is a fun one. When you plus NIKO and make the Great Shark unblockable, you attack with it, you return it to your hand, and then if you just hold up 5 mana, you counter their next card again, and often it counters commanders. And then we have Thassa's Intervention. And then removal. Glass Casket, into the Royal. Jawari Disruption goes over here. I obviously mixed up some of my DFCs. Omen of the Sun. We got Skyclave Apparition, we've got Brazen Borrower. These two are really good combos with NIKO because casting them over and over can often just drown the opponent out of the game when we get to the point where they're not very high on resources. Borrower especially, super annoying. You just constantly bounce their commander over and over. Shatter the Sky, Doomscar, Elspeth Conquers Death, Sublime Epiphany. This one is also an auto-concede if you resolve it with multiple modes, and a Heliod's Intervention to blow up their ramping artifacts and enchantments. Troublesome things like that. This deck is sweet. I think that you'll really enjoy it, but stop taking my word for it. Let's get into the games. First, dedication, Jason Bean. Thank you very, very much for supporting the channel by joining and hitting the button below. You make bonus videos like this possible. We're going to hit the store, and we're going to dedicate unto your joining of the channel a sweet cosmetic, and I will go with Starnheim Unleashed. A very lovely cosmetic here for this card. So thank you very much, Jason, for supporting the channel. This cosmetic is, and this video is in your honor. Let's dive in. Let the NIKO nonsense begin. We fight Rada. On the draw, but we have a ramp card, so we keep a lot of card draw, though, and no early interaction. So Rada might get on the battlefield and get to do some stuff. No Brushfire Elemental, thank goodness. Command Tower, straight up dual land, pretty nice. All right, play a blue spell so I can dispute it. Okay, I know I'm not serious about that. Azusa. Okay, well now we know they're out of lands, but if this hits the field, they might be able to play a number of lands off the top of their library. So I guess we do this and say go, rather than play Clock and have Omen open. Also, NIKO face up does funny things to people. They don't attack for like a point here and a point there like they should, because we can just play NIKO and pick it off. Here comes Rada. You're gonna have to try that again. Okay. No fear. Let's go take Azusa off the board. Yeah, that happens. A lot of people forget that's how that works. Will we find an enemy of a stronger mind? Vorinclex. Okay. That's a big critter. Who's on the play? Matters a lot here. We can definitely line up counters to stop Vorinclex. The thing that I can't always do is line up counters and keep them from beating me to death with their creatures. So, like, we have the Essence Scatter, but... Man, Ugin? Ugin's so far away. And we're on the draw? I mean, we basically already mulliganed because we have Ugin in our hand, so I'm taking the freebie, and I'm glad I did. Because it's basically the last hand, but with an early removal spell instead of an Ugin. And a ramp card, so... Death Touch it is. Okay. Don't turn too Finn. That looks like some NIKO ARIS fodder right there, though. Okay. So you like Death Touch, is what you're telling me. You're telling me you're into that. Do I play this and just try to slow them down? Okay. Not the most legendary casket of my life, and I only get one, so if they play a huge creature here, that's pretty bad, but I think we gotta take our chances. Cultivate, okay? Okay. If they attack me, I might NIKO them. With the plan being the next turn to play the Clock and have Disdainful Stroke open for the Vorinclex. Ooh. I think I just say go then. The Disruption can hit something this turn, or the Stroke can. And then the Clock and Disruption can hit something the next turn. Yeah. Pretty crucial to counter that. Wish I had the negate for that, since there's likely to be a lot of creatures, but I'm sure it will find a target. Nylea. Oof. Might get Klexed for this. Alright. I don't like it. Okay, that we can negate. Nylea kind of draws cards, but it's very mana intensive. NIKO is kind of down. Oh, that's a good draw for the Nylea. If the opponent turns it on. Yeah, let's say go. Probably into the Royal the Nylea on end step. And Disdainful Stroke the Vorinclex. And then play NIKO, make a bunch of shards, try to go from there. Get this off the board in case they could go land creature somehow. Probably can't. Yeah, they don't have enough mana, but anyway. So they have a Shadow Spear, we have a Heliod's Intervention. Tick tock, tick tock. All right, so once we wear out our resources, we bring out NIKO to make more resources. And sometimes pick off an opponent's creature.
This reflects on your actions.
Oh, we can hit that with the Heliod's Intervention because it's an enchantment creature. Arasta of the Endless Web. They will make a 1/2 spider. So I guess because of that, we wait till their turn. Make another shard.
I can see more clearly now.
Let's see what happens when we sacrifice one of these. Maybe we find a counter or a solution. Vision. I'll take the vision because it gets so deep. We'll probably find something. Let's see, what do I need to kill this for? So no more. Adversary. Okay. What do we got here? Don't need any more of those. Signet. 8 counters on the clock. Doomscar is ready. Vorinclex is threatening to come down, though, with a land top deck. Let's see what we find with the vision. Might influence what we do here. Shatter the Sky. Okay. Save this because we can foretell it. Also, I'm just gonna... let's plus. Vorinclex may not kill it.
They won't even know what hit them.
Vorinclex is gonna kill it. Alright. Well, at least take a 6-point hit for me. They might say kill it. Why would they kill it? Because it resets it to the command zone. But resetting them doesn't... like, if you don't, what I'm going to do is sacrifice 2 shards and minus NIKO, and they're going to kill the Vorinclex. So, it's the play. It might still be the play. I think it still is the play. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Okay. Pay 1. Draw. Sure. Shark attack. Draw. No need for that. Nice draw. Take 6. Back to command.
I never miss.
Vorinclex versus NIKO, the Brawl series. So this goes to 10, 11. Their upkeep, we lose our cards. So we would need to foretell this and probably play you. Although minusing is probably not a good option. All right, they played a Sniper. They dig with Nylea. They hit Scavenging Ooze. That's a nasty one. Looking in my graveyard, creatures. Please. As if. They might take the opportunity to exile them from the deck before the clock goes off. They keep the forest on top. They want to replay Vorinclex. They don't have enough if I take out the Nylea. But I can't take out the Nylea without taking out the clock. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then 1, 2, 3. We don't get to foretell everything. Is there a chance that we don't play the Ugin? And just foretell the Doomscar and the Behold and draw our fresh cards and go from there? Maybe. Ugin's too good, right? Alright. Let's save the Doomscar. They are a green deck. We know they're going to replay Vorinclex, charge the Ugin. But right now, do they kill it? This needs how much? Less than 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Not enough. Yorian. It's exciting. Boom! Definitely do that before we plus the Ugin so that we get our loyalty, our precious loyalty. Oh yeah, we're way ahead now. Like this fresh hand is full of counters and we've got so much land and we've got Gadwick for another billion cards. And Ugin is still here. I mean, you can dig, but it won't save you. We've set back your Vorinclex too many times. How much are you now? Cost modified to 11 mana? Yep, every time that you can set back a commander is huge in Brawl. Unless, of course, you like your commander coming out of the zone. Like my commander. My commander comes back with a whole bunch of shards. Pretty cool. Next turn, Gadwick, Trawler. Game. Would you like to play your Vorinclex for one last roar? You know, should probably just let it happen, right? Or they'll leave. While they have the Vorinclex, they have hope. Hope is a powerful thing. Let's have them kill the Ugin. So what is that, 14? See if they let me do it. Baby, baby, baby. The finishing move. It's a good one. Whew. Oh, look what we found. Isika. One of the true scourges of the format. On the draw, we've got counters and bounce and Elspeth Conquers Death. We've got 3 ways to remove the bridge, so... Oh, 4. Heliod's Intervention. So we're keeping it. I am nervous. We do not have a white source. We're going to have to draw it. That's a blue source. Am I scared? Nah. No, this is fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. It's totally fine. Humble Naturalist. Well, that can cast creatures. I guess we'll say go then. See if they try to race out a bunch of creatures to attack me with. They might even cast their commander. Okay. They've got a Abzan Crystal. And they attack. Bounce? Or not to bounce? I think we have to save it for the bridge. The bridge is the real threat, but we are getting... Alright, I'm starting to lose my confidence in the white mana situation. I was so confident. But now I'm starting to think it's not going to happen. I'm scared. The manual taps. I'm terrified. I'm so terrified. What could it mean? Okay. Looks like a Brazen Borrower target. Full rope on this turn. Come on now. Come on now. Get it together. Get it together. It's a white source. It's a slow white source, but it will get there. Essence Scatter can't hit the bridge, so let's get the Varigoth. Interesting, no manual taps this time. Village Rites. I am confounded. I do not know what's going on with this collection of cards. So you need a red, white, black. You have a lot of Abzan going on. You need red and blue. You should try going blue. It's a card. I guess if we have double white, we can be done. We have the Heliod's Intervention and we have ECD. So let's just get these on the field. Tap out. And look how all the mana suddenly out of nowhere comes together. Okay, opponent's still feeling Abzan. And now they're going to Beanstalk Giant. And they just... I don't know. That doesn't hit anything. The price is nasty. Are they just never going to play this? Maybe. I think I do this. I think it's worth it. I have a very large beanstalk giant, but I have an Elspeth Conqueror's Death. I do not have an Elspeth Conqueror's Death. Let's counter that. That would not let me get my ECD on. Let's say go Engraven Lore, and they're out of here. I don't know what I just played against. Like, the best commander. Like, one of the best commanders in the game. Check out my other video if you didn't watch it. But, whoa. Best commander plus cards I own. That's, mono blue, huh? Mono blue versus blue white. Get ready for some staring. Skyclave Apparition can hit the Thassa, but the Shatter might just be a mulligan. On the bright side, we have good mana and 2 counters already. So I think we keep this, but the Shatter is, you know, Shatter's far from perfect, but there's no saying that we won't have another like mulligan-ish situation. Thassa does imply that our opponent will run some creatures with ETBs. That doesn't make Shatter good, but we might still be able to wipe out 2 or 3 things with it. If the opponent has like a Charming Prince on the board and Cloud Conceer. Our opponent took it to the wire with the turn 1 rope, but eventually kept. And they've got something already. Yeah, we'll keep land. Land right now is perfectly fine. This is probably going to be a staring match. We've already got something foretold. Might end up dropping the Borrower, but it can also bounce the Thassa, so maybe we hold it for that. There's the Seer. Don't think it's worth a counter spell. Or is it? I don't know. It does make Thassa a must counter, but I plan to counter Thassa anyway. Yorion. Something I can do that your deck can't. Run Yorion. Color identity, baby. Let's try this. I'm willing to give up a counterspell that doesn't age well to try to draw some cards. Those interesting. All right, time to play something. What should it be? We can go for the Skyclave. I really like that against the commander, though. We can go for the NIKO. I guess I like that. Fight, fight, fight. They drew their Mystical Dispute. That's pretty good magic. Oh no! Rune Crab. And Fabled Passage. What a cheater. Alright, how many counters did you draw, though? They're tapping out so that they can play this, blink this, and have a card. Alright, a lot of work to draw a card. We can play Skyclave and what? We could also slam Dream Trawler, but they can tap it down with Thassa. And then we can try to remove it later. Yeah, this being on the board is probably really bad for them. It takes them 4 mana to tie it up, and we can discard a card. But discarding a card taps it, so that's not good. But we can fight this. Once we get this off the board, this starts attacking. That's probably GG for them. We do have to watch our library, but 1 Rune Crab isn't going to do it all by itself. Okay. Target. Yeah, get in with the crab. Come on. Don't be a coward. So if the opponent taps all their mana to use the Thassa, we can set them back big time. We can Skyclave one of their things. We can bounce the Thassa. I was gonna say Shatter, but we don't want to kill our Dream Trawler now that it's here. Casket's good. No point in hexproofing it because it taps it. All right, so now our opponent has 7, so replaying this won't be bad. We want to take that, I think. They move it to command. All right, 8 mana, but 6 of it to replay Thassa. 30 cards in the deck. So they can blink the Baron, but I'll discard the Shatter. Then how will they stop me next turn? Oh, we can also Yorion if the opponent doesn't have a counter spell. Okay. What do you think? They got a counter? We could go Brazen Borrower your Thassa, but going for that on end step really forces them to have it. So I think that's the play. And then the next turn Yorion, plus we get to set up with this Solemn. And if they tap their mana for any reason, no, we can't really punish them, can we, after we play Solemn? But I think we hold this island to discard to the Trawler. "24 cards. Thassa's Oracle. Okay. Three cards. They got a little bit of value. The question is, how many counters can they draw from this position? 1 to the top, 5 to the bottom. Pass to attacks. Let's see, if they replay it, they're not going to pick a new card. They're going to blink the Tolarian. Let's go for this now. If they're going to stop the Dream Trawler, they have to use it. And if they use it, or they have to use a counter there. Because if they replay it, they don't have the mana for that. Yep. Huh, they get to draw a card from the Baron. Cute. Now, the unfortunate part we're looking at attacking with the trawler, but they still have mana open for a counterspell. So we need to draw one of our own, which we just haven't been able to do. Man, we could play NIKO and try to make one of these unblockable, but they just counter it. So I think we try to draw a counterspell by attacking with the trawler. Come on. We haven't drawn hardly any counterspells this match. Oh my goodness. That is huge. But will it resolve? I have a feeling it won't. All right, where are we at? 22 cards. I have a feeling it will not resolve. Let's try for the Orion. If this resolves, I think we can win the game. So we have to fight. Our opponent does not stop drawing the counters. They've only had 3, but like I think we've only had 1 the whole game. Oh no! Sublime Epiphany is a really awkward one anyway. No attack. Okay, target the Baron. Baron the Dream Trawler. Sure. So, this is the part where we find out how good they are at Magic. Let's play around Jawari Disruption. See if they draw 4 counterspells to our 0. Or our 1 very early on. Yep. You win. You win. Well done. On the play. Oh my goodness. You're dead. They've got some kind of a troll commander. I have Ugin. It doesn't matter. We're on the play. We won't lose. Like, it's impossible. You can't lose on the play. Otherwise, you're just... you have no future in Magic. It's the biggest possible advantage in the history of any game ever. I don't know. I'm just talking now. What do they got? Bone Crusher Giant? These cards are sweet. I'll take them. We need the lands to cast them. I'm trusting that the deck will provide. We can either make a 1/1 Shark or Scry with the Omen to hit those lands. If our opponent slams the Troll, we app it. Okay, you got a Dryad. What else you got? Only land. Land is the only thing I need. Bingo. So the opponent played their bonus land. Let's see if they have, like, many more. Okay, 1. They have another. I see cards like this in Azusa, and I'm like, they don't have enough land. Nobody ever brings enough land when they play these cards. Okay. Look at the top 4, you may cast a spell without paying its cost. How exciting. It's not quite a Golos though, is it? Let's say go. See what happens. I think we're trying to shark into Epiphany. I think there's a good chance of that. All right, they have made an Icy Manalith that taps for 1 mana of any color. Shark Bite. No Nyleas, please. Seems to be a Brawl staple. Run into a Nylea in like every green deck. One of those cards that has a hard time making the cut, but when you get into Brawl, it gets way more exciting for everybody. We could play this, and then if we hit a land, we Ugin, but I think the Epiphany is just too good. Made another snow mana. Didn't go for the ability. Patience. Patience. Okay. If they won't walk into Epiphany, I'll make another shark. Get your CGB shark token at coolstuffinc.com. Where my mana? Okay. Hard to turn down holding up Epiphany, though. Epiphany is also one of those cards that makes it into every blue Brawl deck, because once you're in the singleton format and games go long, cards like this become such a blowout. Cakes on a brain. You could also just call it the Scoop Bringer. Nobody survives the Sublime Epiphany. Nobody. Grum Gully. Sure. You got it. What are all these dorky little gruel creatures? Surely you've got some big explosive stuff to hit with this, right? Seems a very weird commander. Clothis? We care? Okay. You got me. Alright, what do we bounce? Guess I'll bounce your Grim Gully. I'll make a copy of my shark. Could have done it on the flyer too, but my lack of concern is it's becoming clear, isn't it? But first, I row in games. Here's a token. This'll be fun. All that hard work. Kill 'em. Kill 'em all. Shark attack. Three life is a convenient number for Ugin. Yasharn. That's a feisty one. Speaking of feisty ones, this hand on the play, very feisty. Trying to think. I think we play untapped land next turn anyway. So, yeah, we'll just Omen here. We'll behold somewhere down the line. The almighty Brushwag. And Elysian Caryatid. Alright. Our opponent won 1-drop, 2-drop, which you don't see nearly as often in Brawl. So it's time to get a little concerned. Not a lot of time for vision. Could kill the Brushwag. But then the opponent plays Yasharn, and then what do? Nothing good. I do nothing good. We have ECD, but it's a few turns away. What if the opponent just pumps the Brushwag, though? That's pretty bad for us. I think best to wait another turn, though. This is already a tough one. We're under a bit of pressure. We have to figure out how to alleviate it or force the opponent into what we want them to do. Sculptor of Winter. I think we're gonna get to pick off the Brushwag or the Caryatid with the Shark Typhoon. Cold, never mind. Pretty good play by the opponent. Cold Spell Cleric, didn't see that one coming. I need an untapped land, and I'd also take any sweeper, although this is too expensive and too far away, and negate doesn't help us, so double bottom. I guess I want ECD next turn, but do I? So far, they're just a bunch of small creatures, and they miss their land drop. Alright, let's plan on Shark Typhoon or Behold the Multiverse. Land drop hit. Okay. Glittering Frost. Sure. Some kind of a snow blue-white deck. They have really unlocked the secret of life here. All right. We don't have a Wrath yet, so let's set that back. And then we'll play NIKO, kill the Brushwag, I think. They'll play it again next turn, and then we'll ECD it, and we'll just keep trying to set it back. Its ability to fetch lands, though, sort of pays for itself. Actually, this is a pretty good play, right? Without the Sculptor, they still need to spend their whole turn if they're going to play like the Yasharn. And then whatever they do spend a lot of their time playing, we could drop an ECD on them. Druid goes face, Cleric goes face. Yasharn can come back and go after the Brushwag if they use their mana. Can also go after the Caryatid and fight the fight for their land. Foretell. Again, 2 Foretell cards. What does it mean? I'm taking out their Glittering Frost. Let's Stone Rain. Let's slow them down. If they have less mana than they think they would, I can throw them off. Right now they're on 5. Okay, Packmate. Yorion can flicker ECD and hit that. Enclave Mentor. We are getting the treatment. Yep, we're scrapping with a proper aggro deck, or at least an aggro curve. They got a bunch of creatures out quickly. Our life total's taking a pounding. That's a big thing. Oh my goodness. That's a big thing. Forgot to attack, I got so excited. Maybe we'll draw an Omen when we get Yorion back. But a 5/6 is still pretty strong. Shepherd of the Cosmos gets back the Sculptor. Nope. Restoration, though. Oh my. I guess we're in range for that, aren't we? By all means. I know I could hold this and have an extra card next turn, but lands are too important. Too important. Alright, now we've got creatures to fight your creatures. Here's Yasharn, finally making an appearance. The pig brings to land. So now we can't sacrifice these, right? Right. Doesn't stop us from doing this, though. That's a lot of cards. Brazen Borrower looking nice. Behold the Multiverse looking nice. All right, bounce. What are you, 6? Yeah, bounce you, tap you. The opponent can use all their mana to replay it and get something else back, and I think I'm okay with that. I think I can still overpower that. There is a lot of land in this hand. Hello. Do I have an answer to that right now? Maybe not? That's pretty good. I just used my bounce effect. I might have to cast Borrow or use NIKO, get back Borrow or bounce it, and then hit it with the Voracious Great Shark. But, okay, we're gonna have a battle of the heavyweights. Great Henge versus Shark Typhoon. That's the plan. That makes a 4/4, that makes a 2/2. Okay. Tap that. Make a 4/4, draw some cards. Take some mana off the table for them. Amiria's Call seems good. And I'll also just make sure I'm not drawing a land. Or try to make sure. Shepherd returns. Here comes the Henge madness. Oh, Conclave Mentor, the combos. The combos are coming. Anybody getting nervous? This is some full power magic right here. We got rid of the Gadwick. That was helping me get through. The Oracle gains them life. Oh boy. I think we make sure we stay alive. It's really expensive to replay that. Like, that would be a huge amount of their turn, and we could hit it with the Voracious Great Shark, and it turns these back on into the Royal. Don't need the card that badly. We'll bounce the Henge, make them replay it into the Voracious Great Shark. Kicking it doesn't make the shark bigger either. It's a 2/2 either way. We just don't need to draw that card nearly as badly. 3, 4, 5. So we're gonna have 4 mana left over. What's the right use for it? Probably Omen. Like, we could play Solemn, but Omen makes a 3/3 shark. Tap lands, creatures, spells. So many resources to go. Opponent retries for Henge, meets the Voracious Great Shark, which can and does counter artifacts. Next turn we can NIKO and just start bouncing the shark, because we have 10 mana, right? Yep. Definitely do. Pacifism. Okay. That's one way to do it. Bounding gold. That is a way to get past that NIKO thing I just talked about. Oh, they want to rumble. Okay. Let's get the mentor off the board. These extra counters are annoying. And get the flyer. Keep throwing yourself upon my sharks. I'm gonna have to do something about it. We definitely want the Cosmos gone. Clear the sky for the Dream Trawler. The clock. One, two, three, four, five. Plays the Graven Lore, which I think is what we want to be doing. So we can play a tap land. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Say hello to my little sphinxy friend. The Outrider, sure. More +1/+1 counters unlocked. 10 mana right now for Yasharn. That's big. That's a big critter. We can't Epiphany it. That's a big dinosaur. 8/8 whenever it attacks, +1/+1 for each land you control. That's a beast. Alright. 5/5 acquired. I guess these all make sharks. Cleric down. Trying to think if I want to try to draw a bunch of extra cards this turn. I guess not really. We do have to deal with this. Sublime Epiphany is down for it. It's always better to draw more cards after we have 2 Dream Trawlers than 1. Do you hear the clock ticking? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get that off the field. Pass the turn. Got enough mana left for one of these 2-mana counterspells and the Epiphany. But the Epiphany is going to bring the Scoopsies. I guarantee it. No one can take it. And in this case, it comes with a 6/6 and another Dream Trawler. Whew. They gave me a hard time, man. They came out pretty fast and furious. And we are back for the post-game wrap. And if you stayed all the way till the end, you are probably down with the idea that you should be playing a little bit more Brawl. I'm trying to put out some spiky lists for people who are kind of like me. We like to win, we like to play powerful cards. We're not totally on jank avenue all the time, and I think that this is a good one. It absolutely tangles with the best decks in the format. It's sometimes at a disadvantage if the opponent is playing an aggressive commander like Magda, but for the most part, you hang in there, and it's very rewarding, I would say, to get your daily wins and your daily quests done in the Brawl queue, playing a deck like NIKO that never runs out of gas and is very difficult to beat. So I strongly recommend this for people getting into Brawl who might be standard familiar and may enjoy the kind of content that I do with blue-white control decks and things of that nature. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like on the video. Consider hitting subscribe if you want to see all of the content as it comes out. There's also a bell for notifications if you're into that. We release a ton of bonus videos and extra videos in addition to a gameplay video every day, so you'll want to know when that stuff goes live. If you join the Cool Kids Club by hitting the join button, it's $4.99 a month. You might get a video dedicated to you and a cosmetic purchased in your honor. You definitely get access to a Discord channel where I post my deck lists a day early, and you also get early access to my new projects such as CovertGoBlue episodes and videos like this would be an early access for the members. And there are some videos that only are for members, so I try to treat them good. And thank you very much to all the members who have joined the Cool Kids Club. Thank you for watching this video. As always, I will see you in the next video. You're cool.